YouTube, it will take a substantial amount of effort before that turns into a valid revenue stream. That's probably the lowest, the lowest revenue stream that I have. Welcome to Vigorous Finance. I'm Coach Steve. Let's discuss why it's important to have several revenue streams when you're self-employed in the fitness industry. Because one revenue stream is usually not going to cut it, especially when you're just getting started with your self-employment. You can compare it to being employed. You always get paid at the end of the month. Your employer takes care of some of the expenses, the taxes, the social security, your pension, maybe the lease car, insurance, health insurance, etc. So your employer takes care of all of that. But when you're self-employed, besides having to take care of all of those things by yourself and fill your own tax reports, you have to make sure that you have several revenue streams and then combine that to have a full paying salary. Now, the salary is something that is going to come in several different small amounts. So in this video, I'll use myself as an example and go over some of the revenue streams that my clients have that are self-employed. So in my case, I have one sponsor, Gorilla Mind. Then I have several affiliates. One of them is iHerb. Another one is Gympin. I have the YouTube channel. I have a supplement distribution all over Southeast Asia to some of my clients that live outside of Thailand. They're unable to order certain supplements from America themselves because they either don't have a credit card or they don't speak sufficient amount of English to purchase these products by themselves. So I import that and redistribute that to my clients in other countries. Then there's consultations. There used to be the private Facebook group, but that's unfortunately discontinued. I have personalized advice by email. And then there's coaching as well. So these are all revenue streams that come from the fitness industry directly. And besides the fitness industry, I have several revenue streams which come outside of the fitness industry. Cryptocurrency, for example, stock, real estate, flipping license plates, flipping phone numbers. There's different ways you can make money here in Thailand. Of course, you need the right connections for that. So that's not something you just gradually step into. You need to know the right people before you can start flipping phone numbers. Take some substantial investment to get into that circle. So from the fitness industry, let's say I have 9 revenue streams. Some of those sources of income I can classify as a low income revenue stream. Some of them are going to be a medium income revenue stream, and some of those are high income revenue streams. So the job here is to move the low income to a medium income and a medium income to a high income. And you shouldn't classify anything above high income because, that's always a little bit tricky because you start to raise the bar a little bit too much for yourself. So you can it highly depends on what you consider low, medium, and high. I'm not going to put a number on it. I'm just going to give you an indication of where some of my revenue streams fall into. So for example, the affiliates that I work with, I consider those low income streams. Some of the supplement distribution that I do, those are medium income streams. And then anything that has to do with personalized advice, whether that's personalized advice by email coaching or consultations, that all falls into the high income revenue stream. So ideally, the immediate goal is to get the low income revenue streams into the medium income revenue streams range. So some of the affiliates and the sponsorship, because my following on Instagram and YouTube isn't set substantial yet, I can't do active promotion to the limited amount of followers and subscribers that I have, but I can raise the amount of followers and subscribers that I have, resulting in more revenue within the sponsorship or affiliates. And as the audience grows, the amount of potential customers or prospects that are going to purchase from some of these sponsors or affiliates is going to grow as well. So the amount of sales that you have at your affiliates or sponsors will grow dynamically or organically with your following. The more followers, the more sales you have, making that low income revenue stream hopefully into a medium income revenue stream. So right now we're at 10,000 subscribers. I suspect that by the time I hit 20,000 subscribers, I can move all of these affiliates and all of these sponsorship deals into the medium income revenue stream. Now I have no low income revenue streams left, right? I moved all the revenue streams that I have into the medium income revenue stream. Now I can start another project. because the low income revenue stream is a project and a high income revenue stream has already proven itself. I've been coaching for almost 10 years. I've been doing consultations for years as well, personalized advice by emails, etc. I've been doing that for years. It's already proven. I have a solid reputation, hundreds of happy customers. And as my audience grows, I can simply cherry pick who I work with. But in the beginning, you can't do that. In the beginning, when you don't have a reputation and you don't have an audience, you need to work with everybody. And your prices are probably going to be a lot lower compared to my prices now that I've been coaching for such a long time, because you need to build up the experience and the reputation. So will be a low income revenue stream. Coaching will be a low income revenue stream where you're just getting started, simply until you build your profile, your knowledge base, your reputation, etc. And you're actually qualified to raise your prices and cherry pick who you work with. So, for example, when I had 1,500 subscribers and 1,500 followers on Instagram, I had 40 clients. And now at 5 times the amount, 6 times the amount, I still have 40 to 50 clients. But I choose. Back then I didn't choose. I would accept everybody. And now I really make sure that I like the person that I work with. So right now coaching is a breeze. And I don't have to put so much time into it because I really enjoy working with everybody that I'm working with right now. So I can focus more on getting these low income revenue streams into the medium or high income revenue streams by growing the following and making sure I keep up to date with that daily YouTube algorithm upload schedule. Yeah, comments and likes are already appreciated. You don't have to wait until the end of the video. Thank you. So then you have time for another revenue stream, because all these low income revenue streams might result in, let's say the threshold is $500, for example, or $1,000 per revenue stream. If you have 3 low income revenue streams breaking $1,000, moving into the medium income revenue stream, you're already making $3,000. Again, this is just an example. Let's say you have 10 low income revenue streams all making $200 a piece. You're already making $2,000. You have to combine everything. The problem is, because you're always working with such small transactions, you don't get that satisfying feeling like you did with being employed. End of the month, couple $1,000, you just have to make it last. Hopefully you're saving some of that. Hopefully you're not spending all of that before the end of the next month. Before you get your salary, having to use a credit card just to make your expenses go. But when you're self-employed, you constantly like small transactions. You're almost turned into a convenience store. Small transactions all day. Of course, the affiliates and the sponsorships, they will pay you also at the end of the month, similar as an employer. But when you're doing coaching or consultations, it comes and goes. So with 40 clients, for example, some of them pay 6 months in advance, some of them pay month to month. So let's say on average, every 2 days, I get a small transaction from one of my clients because they need to extend their monthly coaching membership. So that's every 2 days you get, a couple $100, which is cute, but you don't feel that gratifying feeling unless you do your Excel sheets and then you realize, okay, coaching made this much and my sponsorship made this much and my supplement sales meant this much and the consultations and the ebook sales. I completely forgot about the ebook sales. It was in the beginning a high income revenue stream, but because my following is not that high, everybody that wanted to buy an ebook already purchased their ebooks. So now it's moved into a medium income revenue stream until I create more ebooks for everybody to purchase. The insulin ebook is almost done, guys. Be patient. And when that medium income revenue stream grows with my following, I can move that again back into the high income revenue stream. So that's how you have to look at it. You do your Excel sheet at the end of the month. Hopefully you're satisfied and hopefully you apply some sort of progressive overload to your income as well. You're moving all these revenue streams up. You're scaling them dynamically along with your following, or you increase the prices like I've done many times with my coaching services. You simply keep increasing the prices because you're too full and too backed up with work. You increase the prices, some of the clients drop off, you free up more time, but your income source stays exactly the same. So the problem with coaching is that it's unscalable unless you really, which is almost extortion level, Some of the coaches, extortion amounts of coaching fees. There's a threshold until people don't want to work with you anymore. I feel that's around $500 per month. So I didn't reach that yet, but I'm sure at one point, if I reach $500 per month for coaching, no matter how big my following gets, I won't be able to scale it. Because there's only a very small amount of people out there that are willing to pay more than $500 for coaching. So in my case, when I feel it's justified to increase my coaching fees to $500 per month, I probably won't increase it that much further. But instead, I will reduce the amount of clients that I have so I can focus more on other revenue streams. Because again, I've been coaching now for 10 years and I can tell you it's incredibly time consuming because you always need to be available. Again, these people are paying for a membership for full-time access, or at least that's the agreement that we have. You send me a message, I try to answer it ASAP, whether that's adjusting your program or updating your diet or your etc. I'm always replying, even on holiday, even on my birthday. And the only time I'm not replying is when I'm sleeping or in the gym. Yeah, that's my time. So I'll reply within 1 hour. Don't worry. So at one point, this coaching, as your reputation and following grows, coaching you can't scale. The prices go high. You still can't scale it any further because you're pricing yourself out of the market. Again, it takes years before you reach that point. You start to cherry pick your client. You only go with the clients that you think you're going to enjoy working with. And at one point, you need to scale it back. Because the other revenue streams, your following, your subscribers, your prospects and potential customers has grown so large that a low-income revenue stream like an affiliate program is now already a high-income revenue stream. And this is a little bit the fun aspect of social media. I got all my experience through coaching. And now I'm putting that out there on social media. Now I'm transferring that knowledge to you. As I'm transferring that knowledge, hopefully my subscriber count and following grows, which is actually going to take me away from coaching. And that's the ultimate goal for myself. I want to move coaching from a high income revenue stream to a medium to a low income revenue stream. That's my goal. So you would think, why would you want to reduce your income? Well, now you have more free time to focus on other revenue streams and make those high income revenue streams. So a medium income stream like the ebooks, for example, at one point that will transition into a high income revenue stream. And when you combine all these revenue streams together, you should be pretty satisfied with your overall income. But again, you'll never get that same feeling as you did when you're working with an employer because they transfer a substantial amount. If you're doing the right thing, if you got a good employer and you're working hard for your money, this transfers a substantial amount at the end of the month. You feel a little bit excited, plenty of money to last me, hopefully a month. And that goes 12 times per year plus a 13th month. But with self-employment, that's not the case unless you do something on the side that is outside of the fitness industry, like cryptocurrency or stock or real estate, because those involve much more substantial amounts than you will get in the revenue streams from the fitness industry. But you will have to be patient, obviously. Now is not a good time to get started with Bitcoin. Please, it's at an all-time high, $22,000 per Bitcoin. Forget about it. Look at the charts from 3 years ago and make a decision for yourself. I've been in Bitcoin for a while, so I wouldn't recommend anybody to step into Bitcoin, but some of the stocks might be good. Look at the stock from Bayer, for example. I have stock in Bayer, Bayer AG, Germany, because I like their products. You see that their stock has been declining because they didn't make so much profit I think in their fiscal year. So right now, Bayer stock is a little bit cheaper. And at one point, because I believe in the product, or believed in their product in their pharmaceutical company, that stock will come back up. But you'll have to be patient. So those extracurricular revenue streams, which are not in the fitness industry, those extracurricular revenue streams require a lot of patience and they don't require so much effort. So you put all your efforts into these low income revenue streams and make them medium and high. Now, it's very important to have several revenue streams, and the whole point of this video is because no revenue stream lasts forever. Whether with the affiliates, for example, maybe your contract expires, they don't want to extend it. There's no other supplement program or affiliate or whatever to take its place. Most people don't end up with 3 supplement sponsors or 3 clothing sponsors or 3 lifting gear sponsors. I know that my friend Joe Statics has got 3 clothing sponsors, or 2, but he's one of the select few. And when you look at his physique and his following as a clothing manufacturer, I would like to jump on board in that following and promote my product as well. So that's a rarity, not the norm. So there's several different revenue streams, usually per subject. So one supplement revenue stream is a clothing revenue stream. Maybe you want to work with some of the gray area peptides or SARMs. Again, everybody has their preference and everybody can fill up their link tree with whatever affiliate they like to be associated with. So it's the goal to maintain, first of all, maintain all those low income revenue streams and move them into the medium income revenue stream. But one of them falls off, it's not the end of the world, because you can probably replace that with another revenue stream on the same subject, because now this spot opens up, so to say. But because it's only a low income revenue stream, maybe a couple $100 a month, it doesn't really make a dent in your overall income. But if a high income revenue stream drops off, that's usually a substantial drop in your overall monthly income. So you have to cherish those high income revenue streams and make sure that they last, because a low income revenue stream you can drop off and easily replace, but usually a high income revenue stream is not that easily replaceable unless you really focus on all of those low income revenue streams, and their combined effort, their combined income replaces one single high income revenue stream. Again, it highly depends. There's so many variables and everybody gets to make their money different ways, how they prefer. So I'll just leave it open a little bit and leave it up to your imagination on how to process all of that. So for example, let's say tomorrow, Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, it all gets blocked here in Thailand, like it is in Dubai. In Dubai, you can't do voice over IP. It's very difficult unless you use a VPN. It's very difficult to do video calls. I know there's several people who are able to it, but it's a little bit cumbersome, and usually the quality is horrible. So let's say here in Thailand, tomorrow they stop all voice over IP protocols, and I won't be able to do any more consultations. That's a substantial amount of income that I'm losing, simply because a country decided to change its policy regarding the mobile phone providers. It's the case in Dubai. I believe in some other countries you can't even do voice over IP. You can't call WhatsApp. You'll have to use the mobile phone providers. So let's say that ever occurs. It's a substantial drop. I might have to consider relocating. Really? It's a considerable drop. So keep that in mind, because you have several revenue streams. I might be able to increase, of course, the low-income revenue streams to compensate for the lack of consultations that I would be able to do. But it's such a considerable amount that as a self-employed individual, most of us that are self-employed in the fitness industry work online, so they could be anywhere in the world unless you're doing personal training. So, for example, my wife her high-income revenue stream is predominantly personal training. So she needs to be located within Bangkok, and that's the main reason why we're here, because all of her clients are here. But at one point, if she phased that out, maybe because she's working with me and I'm able to replace her high income revenue stream with some of the social media following and social media revenue streams that I'm slowly growing. If I were to replace her personal training income revenue stream by working for me more extensively, I'm no longer bound to this country. We could move anywhere. Dubai, Hong Kong, Japan, America, back to Europe, wherever. Antarctica? No, probably not. The internet wouldn't be fast enough and it's a little bit cold, but you get what I mean. You can literally live anywhere. And wherever you decide to live, those countries might be very accommodating to you or might not be very accommodating. So I feel that Dubai is incredibly accommodating, besides the fact that it's almost impossible to do quality consultations because of the voice over IP protocol is banned. And it's very difficult to do an online consultation when the internet connection is not really facilitating a high quality video conference call. So all these things you'll have to Again, keep into consideration your location and your revenue stream highly determine how much of those revenue streams you can actually move from the low income to the medium to the high income revenue stream. And if one of the high income revenue stream drops off, you're probably going to have a substantial amount of extra time on your hand to really focus on those low income revenue streams and move one, two, all of them into the medium, into the high, and compensate for the lack of funds when one of the high income revenue streams dropped off. I really hope that makes sense. Again, don't put all your eggs into one basket. Spread your chances, spread your luck, but give every revenue stream, regardless of how much money it makes, give it an equal amount of time, because they all need time to grow and they need to be nurtured. When you make your first $100 with a revenue stream, you're already making success. And then you try to master that revenue stream into a $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, etc. Sometimes there's limitless potential, and it highly depends on how much following you have, how much you're able to grow this low income revenue stream for yourself, allowing you to discontinue or dissolve or reduce some of the high income revenue streams that you have that take a substantial amount of extra time. Because when you're self-employed, time management is crucial. And in the past, I've done so many other jobs. So I had so many other revenue streams that I had to discontinue because they were no longer worth my time. I used to have the private Facebook group where I wrote a ton of articles, and I figured, okay, this would be great budget coaching for people. But unfortunately, the amount of effort that I had to put into it for the amount of money that I got out of it, and since it was not very, very popular, I decided, okay, it's no longer worth my time. The people who are in there right now, they still get to continue their membership, and I'll answer all of their questions and help them solve their problems as a part of the budget coaching agreement. And I'm transferring some of those to ebooks. Those ebooks make double or triple than I ever made in the private Facebook group. So that revenue stream is discontinued, but it's been moved from, back then it would probably be considered a low income revenue stream, the Facebook group low income revenue stream, moved that to high and then medium. So I'm already ahead. And there's several other revenue streams that I just simply didn't have time for. I used to do personal training, but with the amount of money that I charge for a 1 hour consultation, there's nobody ever willing to pay that amount for personal training. And at the rate my consultation rates are increasing, I'll doubt I ever do another personal training session ever in my life again, unless it's my wife, if she ever decides to do another competition, but I think she's pretty much retired. And yes, my consultation rates will go up at one point. I'm about 10 consultations away before increasing the rates further. So what I have is my internal goal. I set a certain amount of consultations or private emails or coaching clients for a certain rate. And when I reach that goal, I increase the rate. So again, progressive overload. I want to reach that goal. I've reached that goal. I'm backed up with work. I'm too busy. Time management becomes an issue. Increase the rates. And because personalized advice by email, consultations, and coaching are functionally related and they're interchangeable. So if coaching is too expensive, they might go to a personalized advice by email, or they want to ask more questions and get their blood work analyzed. They go into a consultation. So all those rates have to increase simultaneously. Now, ebooks, I don't think I ever have to increase the rates there. I just need to increase my following so I can increase my ebook sales. And it's the same with all these affiliates and sponsorships, etc. As my following grows, the potential customer grows. So when you're just getting started and your following is not that big, you're probably only having several or maybe only one low-income revenue stream, but you can put all your time into it. Well, besides the promotion that you need to do and grow your reputation. And when you get your first client, you're already making money. You're already successful. And then you want to proceed that success to, as high as you can scale it. And I'll leave that up to your imagination. If you're just getting started, focus on getting as many revenue streams as you can. YouTube, it will take a substantial amount of effort before that turns into a valid revenue stream. That's probably the lowest revenue stream that I have. Yes, the channel is monetized. Unfortunately, the majority of the videos that I, publish are about performance-enhancing drugs. And probably by mentioning the word performance-enhancing drug, this video is also demonetized. So the revenue stream for YouTube, you're going to have to scale that to maybe 100,000 followers before it becomes some sort of, notable financial income. But I'm simply using it as a promotional platform. And even with 1,000 followers, 1,500 followers, I had 40, 50 clients. So you don't need a large following. You just need a reliable, solid, and appreciative following. And you need to offer something of value because the fitness industry is saturated. It's saturated with millions of people and everybody's out there getting or fighting for a piece of the pie. So you have to offer something unique. And unfortunately, it might take 10 to 15, 20 years before you acquire the knowledge to offer something unique, unless you were given an amazing body and all you have to do is get lean and maintain that shape. Maybe say that you're natural to make it, to bamboozle the lower amount. Again, I can't recommend that, but there's a ton of people out there that say, I'm 100% natural. Everybody can be like me. But there's only 10 guys like you. There's more Mr. Olympias than there's people on Instagram with amazing physiques with more than 1 million followers. It's really, there's more Mr. Olympias than amazing physiques on Instagram. So don't go by that. That's very limited. There's not so many people who can get away with that. And if you're one of the lucky few ones, hey man, scale it as high as you can because you can make a substantial amount of money from only 4 revenue streams, and all 4 of them, when you have a very, very high and loyal following that like to purchase some of the products that you're affiliated with, you have 4 revenue streams, and all of them would be a substantial salary by themselves for somebody that's been employed for 40 years. Yeah. And they're at the top scale of their salary for their position that they're in. Again, fitness industry has a lot of potential. And you need a good physique or a good reputation to make it work. Unfortunately, my physique is not that good, but I believe I still have a solid reputation and something unique to offer. And for all the 10,000 followers that subscribed since the beginning, thank you guys so much. I highly appreciate you guys. I'm honestly surprised with the amount of ebook sales that I had when I first launched them. And I was a little bit disappointed when it moved from a high income revenue stream to a medium income revenue stream, but that's why I'm back on YouTube to put as many videos out there as I can to grow my following and move that revenue stream into a high income revenue stream again. But I have you guys to thank for. So again, thank you guys so much. I hope this video helps and gives you a little bit of clarification on how to spread your chances and grow all your businesses separately and move them from low to medium to high and maybe retire early. Again, it's a possibility for some of us. If you're not liking and not subscribing, now's a good time to like, and now's a good time to subscribe. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.